Good morning, everyone. It's 12 minutes past 7 o'clock right now. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. It is time to visit with our good friend, Ron, the car guy from Westside Auto Pros. And this morning's topic, Jackie, I think this is something everybody watching has a little bit of interest in.
Well, gas prices. We're all being affected by it here and all across the nation because of what's happened with Hurricane Harvey. But Ron, you say you have some answers for us besides what's happening, obviously, in Texas and Louisiana.
Absolutely. You know, and I'm the car guy, so people ask me car questions.
True.
And this last couple of weeks, I had a couple of people ask me, you know, what's going on with gas prices, and it's interesting to kind of see where they're at now because you know, in a recent AAA survey last week, the national average price of gas was $2.51 a gallon. And if you kind of look around here, I mean, you know, usually in Lou Tuna, it's the
Cheapest.
It's the cheapest in the entire metro area.
Yeah, over
Right.
at the truck stop.
Exactly, exactly. But I mean, we're you know, knocking on that door. We're kind of right in that general area. And the last time gasoline was over $2.50 a gallon was in August of 2015.
That long ago?
So it's been a while.
Long ago. So it's been a while, and we get used to stuff. You know, I mean,
Right.
You remember when? I mean, it was up over $3 a gallon. You know, pushing $4 a gallon. You know, a few years ago, but we've all forgot that because we got used to the. I mean, it was below $2 a gallon for quite a while earlier this year. So that was just kind of an interesting fact. And each time, you know, this year, each time of the year, we typically see some reoccurring issues that does drive gas prices up. And one of the bigger ones is Labor Day, the travel season. So you know, there's a lot of cars on the road. I mean, I traveled over Labor Day, and I mean, there was a lot of traffic and stuff, and you know, I had to drive closer to the speed limit and just to blend in. But so that's one reason. And of course, now that's behind us, so that demand isn't there. But a couple other things that happens is agriculture is gearing up.
True.
You know, fall harvest is coming online, and you know, we're going to be, you know, trucking grain and tractors and combines.
Never even considered
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the spike in fuel usage for those guys is huge.
Right.
And you know, even though it's a diesel fuel, it's still made from crude oil, I mean, which is where gasoline comes from. So that helps to spike the price as well. And then typically this time of year, we see refineries shut down for maintenance. And they'll go off grid or offline for a while, so they can just usually do it twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. And we'll talk here a little bit later about one of the reasons that they do it that time of year. And then also this year the economy's better than it has been, you know, in the last couple of years. So, you know, with the economy better and unemployment low, more people are driving to and from work. More people have some coin in their pockets, so they're, you know, going out on a weekend trip or
traveling a little bit more.
Exactly. So gas prices, you know, go up because it's all supply and demand.
Right.
But you know, you had mentioned earlier, you know, the other factor was Hurricane Harvey, and that certainly is a factor as well. You know, refineries are built to withstand hurricanes. I mean, they're heavy duty, so it's unlikely that a hurricane is going to damage a refinery or ruin a refinery that would need to be rebuilt. But all the surrounding factors happen where, you know, the electricity's out to the refinery, the roads are flooded, people can't get to the refinery.
Getting to it, yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, as of last week, there was 10 or more refineries that were shut down due to Hurricane Harvey.
Right.
So we just took 10 refineries out of the mix that are trying to turn crude oil into gasoline.
But they were just shut down. They weren't destroyed.
They're not destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah. Reports out of there. I mean, they might have some minimal damage,
Right.
but they figure here in the next couple of weeks, the majority, if not all, those refineries will be back up and running. So the impact was minimal, and I'm not, you know, obviously the impact of the hurricane was huge. I mean, I'm not trying to devalue that, but the impact to the refineries themselves was minimal, and we'll have those back up and running before long too. So, you know, that should help ease it. But you know, and in wake of that, the EPA issued some waivers to several states that allows them to start selling winter blend gasoline early. Normally, for most states, the winter blend gasoline doesn't come online until about November 1st, but they did issue some waivers, and they told the oil companies and the refineries, you can start selling winter blend gas now. And
what would be the reason for that?
Lou's got a frown on his face when I said that.
No, what would be the reason for wanting to do it early?
It costs less to make winter blend gasoline.
Does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the cost to produce winter blend gasoline is less than what we run in the summer, and it's all based on emissions. It has nothing to do with your car and how your car runs or anything like that. It's the winter blend gasoline contains different components from an emission standpoint than the summer blend. And the summer blend, with the heat and the humidity and ozone and stuff, they're trying to reduce the tailpipe emissions, so it's a more expensive gasoline to produce. So they told them, hey, you can go ahead and start selling winter blend gasoline now, and in wake of that should help kind of keep prices down too. So
I didn't realize that.
But anyway, I mean, my prediction, in the long term or long run, probably over the next 6 weeks or so, we're going to see the demand drop. Harvest will be coming to an end. The refineries will be back online.
Right.
We've got the winter blend gasoline and stuff out there. So, I think you're going to see gasoline, come down, 15, 20 cents a gallon, and then probably stay there through the end of the year. We're not going to see below $2 stuff, and that's primarily because OPEC has limited their production to try to get the price of crude.
Up.
Exactly. So.
All right, some valuable information of why when we're filling up at the pump that we see the numbers we do today.
And it's gone up enough that you notice it.
Oh, no
big
question
time.
about that.
I mean, if it was a nickel a gallon, it might be, was I 5 gallons lower than I was before?
Right.
And this might be a perfect time for people to experiment and try the E15 in case they haven't done that yet, because it really does the trick.
Exactly. That does make a big difference, and we'll revisit that a little bit next week too. The E15, because people have probably noticed that they changed the labeling on the pump. It used to say, it was approved by the EPA for use in cars 2001 and newer, which we've talked about on the show before. If you look at the labeling on the pump now, it says it's approved only for flex fuel vehicles. And there's a reason behind that.
All right.
And we're going to see that label leave again. So we'll talk about that a little bit next week.
All right.
Preview.
Great advice. If people have any questions or interest in what's happening in the automotive world, of course, Ron, you're always there to help people out. So how can they get in touch with you?
They can just Google Westside Auto Pros or Ron the Car Guy. You'll find me on the internet. Certainly our phone number is 225-9090. We've also got a website, askronthecarguy.com. If you've got questions, send them in through there. I answer every one of them.
There you go. Thank you, Ron.
7:20, and we will